Hi everyone, Becca from Willow Hill Designs here, and I thought I would share my start of my April block for Roxys Journal of Stitchery. This was a challenge for me, this one, because I don't have any old quilts that I would like to cut up, so that kind of presented a problem, but I just thought I'd share quickly my inspiration for this quilt, for this block, is a quilt that I'm working on. It's called Miss Lucy's Cottage, and this is a little cottage that Miss Lucy lives in. She's a mouse, and she lives under coneflower and blackberry bushes, and this is her tiny world down under the sort of wooded undergrowth. There's mushrooms and berries. This is Miss Lucy here, and this is one of her friends. So when I heard country cottage, I thought that I would do something like that, like a little mouse cottage, a little mouse's country cottage. And not having a quilt that I could cut up, I thought of this. I had made valances out of these pillow shams, and they had a scalloped edge. So I thought maybe I would take a piece from the back where it wouldn't be seen. So I cut a piece out of the back of this valance here, thinking that I would use one of these scallops for the roof of my little cottage, and I cut a piece of this fabric also, the envelope part of the little sham for part of the house. So that was kind of my start, and so I suppose I should show that this was a little sketch that I had done. I was thinking that this little mouse's cottage would be under the lily of the valley plant. I thought that, it would be tucked under there, and that would show the scale of this little cottage. Here's a lily of the valley, and so it's a little tiny house in the garden, and maybe it's a mouse house, maybe it's a fairy house, or a squirrel's house, I don't know, but that was kind of my idea as a little sketch. And this was the background that I chose. This is a piece of matelassé, and it looks kind of like a quilt, I think. And so I decided to cut this little piece from the pillow sham, and it was very thick and heavy, so I took all the stitching out of the original stitching of the pillow sham out, and then I put just some thin cotton batting under that and also under the house part, and I just did some hand quilting on there just to sort of make it, this would be my quilt part of the prompt. So I thought that might be cute. And then I drew the lily of the valley leaves, which will go here somewhere like this, and the house is under the lily of the valley plant, so it'll go something like that. And then I had this piece of, I had this fabric here, and I just liked that color. I thought that color was right for grass, so I thought I might put some of that in for grass. And I put that down here at the bottom just because I didn't want to cover the entire base, so I just sort of cut that roughly and left some of the ragged edges to look like grass. And I found this piece of lace, which I thought lent itself to a gate. I thought that could work as a gate. And then I had these pieces of twill tape, and it looks like to me about a 1/4 inch twill tape, and so I thought that might be nice for fence posts, gate posts. And so I thought I could put these down here and have a little gate to this house as you come in, this little, whatever it is, fairy cottage or mouse's cottage. So I thought I would put these here, and I will stitch them down maybe with some sort of a decorative stitch on these, so it'll have a little fence here. And I thought I would probably draw a path like this from the house, have a little path, and I was thinking I'd put buttons, little buttons here for stones in the path. So I kind of liked that. I thought that was nice. Maybe I'll put a little door on it here. And but then I wasn't sure about that. I had originally wanted a white cottage. That was kind of my thinking. But on this background, I wasn't sure. So then I found this fabric. This is a decorator weight fabric. And I thought, well, maybe I'll use that instead. Same thing with the little gate and grass down here at the bottom. And the lily of the valley plant in here. I liked this blue. I thought that was a pretty color blue. And I wasn't sure about that house on there. So I was thinking maybe that I would make a white house. And out of this same blue decorator fabric, there were large ivory and whitish off-white flowers. So again, I did the same thing. I cut the back, I cut the flower out, put some very thin cotton batting in there, and then I stitched sort of like, quilting on there. That's my quilt. This fabric is older. So is this pillow sham fabric, so that's my old quilt. And so maybe that door would be cute on there, or maybe a blue door. Is that the right side? No. Or maybe a blue door, or maybe a green door. I don't know. I was just experimenting with different things. So I wasn't sure about the blue background, and I also had this lace that I thought might be nice for clouds. I thought I would add those in there, although I do like this bud coming down here in the fabric. So I kind of liked that, but then I thought I do like the ivory background of the matelassé. So I wondered what it would look like with the ivory house on the matelassé. So I thought I would try that. So I'll just pop these on here. I haven't stitched anything down yet. I haven't really had any time with Easter. Easter is at our house with all of our children and grandchildren, and there are loads of birthdays in April in our family, including mine. And so I have been busy with Easter things and birthday shopping and wrapping. So then I thought, well, maybe I would try the ivory house, or the off-white house on the ivory background, which this kind of makes me think of a quilt. It isn't, but it makes me think of a quilt, so I thought, I don't know, that might be pretty. And I would have the lily of the valley here, and I will embroider. These stems will be embroidered here, and the lily of the valley flowers will be embroidered on as well. And where the leaf kind of turns over and the light is hitting it, I'll probably embroider something on there. I'll embroider some decorative stitching on the house, and I'd like to also add a flower garden down at the bottom, some flowers along here, along the gate. So the lily of the valley will be arching up here over the little house. And if I have room for a little walkway, a small walkway, and this house is very dimensional, much thicker than this yellow one, which I love them both, both in their simplicity. So I was thinking, with this fabric that I'm using for the grass, I didn't really want to cover up all the ivory background. So I think what I'll do is cut out these little flowers that are in that green and just scatter them around here to as if there are little flowers in the grass here, not totally covering up the ivory background. I'll draw some lines in here for the ground, and I'll embroider those as well. So I think that it'll be a little bit dimensional and maybe also cover once I stitch that down, I think it won't be quite so bulky there. But originally this house had an addition. It was a larger country cottage. But my page is so small that it took up quite a bit of room. So I don't think I will use the addition. I think I'll just use the little cottage. I also had a door like that, kind of a dark door. I don't know, that there's so many different possibilities, and maybe the clouds up in the sky here with the lace. That might look nice. And then I have these little images here, and this I think is from Brambly Hedge Mice, this fabric, and I thought she was awfully cute. I don't know, I can't remember her name, if she's Poppy Eyebright, but one of the little mice in there, and so I thought I might put her in here. I would cut that yellow away. This might be her cottage. Not sure about that. And or I have this little squirrel, which I thought was very adorable. He seems to look nicer with the yellow cottage, so I don't know. I don't know. And then there's this little fairy, which would be cute, I think, under the lily of the valley. So I thought that might be cute, and I also have another little fairy that could be sitting maybe on a leaf or somewhere, or maybe even down here. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of room on my page. I think it's like 5 1/4 by 7, so it doesn't really leave me a huge amount of room, but for all the things I'd love to put on there. But again, and I'll scatter these around on here. So that's kind of basically where I am right now. I haven't really had time to stitch anything down at all. It's just been so busy. After Easter, I'll have more time to concentrate and work on this. So I just thought I'd share where I am at this point. And and I also forgot that I also have this fabric too. This is a Beatrix Potter fabric that I thought was awfully cute, and it has a stone wall in the fabric, which, I don't know, that might be cute to put on the side of the house, and the lily of the valley is popping up over that, or growing behind it. I don't know, that wall might be cute. And then I could do embroidery stitches on this just to sort of define it a little bit and add some more embroidery to the piece. So that's kind of a possibility there. I may add that. But I'm just torn between the two houses. I just don't know which one I like better. I like both colors. I think they're both pretty. I don't know. It's just hard to decide. And so that's kind of where I am. I will do some more deciding after the holiday. But, and I just thought I would quickly show my spine for the last week of March, is the prompt that we got in the last week of March. And this is how far I've gotten with that. I have, let's see, I think I have all the flowers stitched on. Yeah, and I haven't done any of the little tendrils yet. I started the thimble with satin. This is a satin thread by DMC. I've never worked with it. It's very slippery. But I don't know if I like the thimble so silvery rather than just a gray matte color. But I thought I would try it out and see. So that's my thing so far, and this is where it will overlap the book. So this will be seen from the front, and this will be seen on the back around the spine. The spine will be there. So that's where I've gotten on that. And I look forward to getting back to this stuff. Right now I'm filling Easter eggs for an Easter egg hunt and wrapping birthday presents, so it's been very busy. But so I will be back with my progress on this, and I wish everyone a very happy Easter. Those of you who celebrate Easter, I wish you a very happy Easter, and see you again soon. Bye for now.